sorry, guys. I have been rabbiting on for the last 10 minutes without realizing I did not hit the go live button. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm going, can anyone see me? Oh my God, thank you so much for your patience. It's been a little bit chaotic here. I was just about to go into the studio and hit the go live button at just a couple of minutes before 9 when my computer shut down. So I've had to reboot everything. And oh my God, I have been rabbiting for the last 10 minutes, going on about what I've got lined up to look at and everything. And has anyone got any questions? And you're like, what? I'm like, can anyone? And then I'm asking, can anyone see me? Hello? And then I look up and it's got the go live button. I hadn't pressed it. Hang out with Chrissy, just expect chaos. So I am so sorry, my darlings. I am so sorry. And not that it's been a particularly distressing morning. Yes, got up a little bit late, but I had my coffee ready to go and I was just about set to go in, and then the computer shut down and it's like, oh my God, heaven knows how long I would be sitting here thinking, hi, Kate Sweet Blue. I've been saying hello to everybody. Robin, Greta, Kate Sweet Blue, Be Kind to All. You know, Linda B. Hi, all of you. Hasn't been that chaotic a morning. I've just been a bit of a ditz. So, yeah, sitting here chatting to nobody for the last 10 minutes. Okay, let's get into it. I've got a few things to cover and then I'll go through and I'll take some questions, okay? So, what? Sometimes life just happens. I'm going to put my fan on a bit higher too. You know, I'm gonna put this little slip up down to the M word, Murphy's Law. Hi, Joji. Oh, now I'm frozen. Oh, bloody heck. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, my God. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, that's going to be a big nothing. But I'll read on that. Can you all hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Thank you. I just froze, you know. I have the Embracing the Chaos candle lit today, and it's loud and clear. Okay. You know, I did my usual prayers for, you know, keeping negative energy in ill intent at bay and everything. But that never says anything about ridiculous chaotic energy. And I don't think I'd have it any other way, you know. So I'll have a look if that's enough. I think that's instinct tells me that's a nothing burger. I think they're doing a Hunter Biden FBI. That's probably, yeah, I don't think that'll go anywhere, but I'll do a read on that. I could be wrong. So I'm not going to read out the list again, but I will stop when I get through things and ask if you've got some questions, okay? Yeah. I'm not tracking exactly with your words and mouth. I froze for a minute. Oh, it's just, hang on a moment. Things and ask if you've got some questions, okay? Yeah. I'm going to be going through and putting a special thing through this computer. Okay. Hi, Shelby, Lisa. It has been chaotic. And thank you so much for all of you who just were so patient and waited around for an extra 20 odd minutes while yeah. Flynn's son. Will Flynn's son be investigated? Yeah, he was apparently in it up to his neck, wasn't he? Hi, Cat M. Oh, well, happy anniversary for tomorrow, Greta. Okay. Helena Harrison, hi. Okay, let's have a look. I'm sorry about the tracking. I'm going to get on once I'm out. First thing I'm going to look at is you might try refreshing your screen if you're having that tracking problem. That might fix it. Don't know. How is Trump reacting to the Supreme Court throwing that GOP, not even denying to look at it, not even looking? They just, yeah, hit a return ball on that. Nah, not our business. We're not going to look at it. How's Trump reacting to that? That's it. That's, you know, he's realizing that this way of trying to abuse power is just not happening. I think he realizes that that's pretty much the end of, you know, at least legally. He can still try and bully states into flipping their votes, but that's not going to happen. They've already certified them. 49 states and the District of Columbia. 49 states in the District of Columbia have already certified. That leaves one, I think. Would that be North Carolina? Because I know that takes a long time to do their votes. Ace of Pentacles. He's going to use this whole thing to try and raise more money, which is what he's been doing, to get more money. It was surprising and an emotional news, but not that surprising. You know, it was emotional news for him. He took it relatively calmly. He didn't go off his nana. Hi, Catherine Bush. I've had a pretty chaotic morning and left everyone sitting here for like almost half an hour before I realised I hadn't hit the live button. And then just a couple of minutes before I was going to go live, my computer shut down. So then it started again. And then, anyway, if you want to hear all that, you can go back and look at the start. Oh, everyone's against me. Judgment's against him. He's starting to realise that legally he's not going to get there. He's not going to get there. So, just it's all just coming back to kick him in the teeth. This is the Three of Wands. Chicken's coming home to roost. Reap what you sow. Yes, I've got. Hi, Robin. I've got Paxton down. Actually, he's on the list to see if he's. I've got him down to see if he's angling for a pardon. So don't worry about that. He's there. He's on the list. Oh, did I say hello to Grandmere D? Hi, David. All 50 states certified 3 hours ago. Oh, that's great. Thank you, David Martini, and welcome. I'm reading on how Trump reacted to the Supreme Court, the US Supreme Court, chucking out the Pennsylvania GOP case. So, reading on that, and how he's reacted. So it's no more than he should expect. So he's privately, he's turning his attention to getting more money, which is there, of course, with the Ace of Pentacles as well. He's also just turning his efforts to slowing things down, making things really hard for Biden and mercenary and doing mercenary. He's thinking about what can he get for what he knows, for what he's learned out of the office, how he can make it mercenary. That's what he is. He is officially out of ideas beyond bullying the vote on the 14th, which is just basically a formality. He's totally out of ideas, blocked. Yeah. Hi, Kathy W. Chubby Lisa. I said hello earlier. 6 of Cups. Yeah, things are actually going to come back and start biting him in the ass. Past actions. This is the 6 of Cups. Past actions and past memories in the past, dreams of the past is going to come back, and he's got things from the past are going to start biting him in the ass. He knows that, very soon, within a few weeks, he can't duck and weave anymore. Hi, Laura Carson. How are you? Oh, it's all unfair. Now, the judgment card before was reversed, and so is this one. He's going to be bitch and moan, both the eternal victim. He's going to continue on with that. Oh, great. Now I've got something in my eye. What a morning. But you know what? Some people would say, I think I'll go back to bed and start the day again. I used to say that, but I don't. There's ways of looking at little calamities. They might slow you down a bit, but don't stop things. You can either, that's it, I'm giving up, or you can have a good laugh and get on with things. And just, okay, what else you going to chuck at me this morning? What else? Thank you, Joji. Hi, Teresa Bolston. Nice to see you back again for a while. Queen of Wands. Oh, he's Congress. He's going to try and leave a mess that he's hoping that Congress guides. He's going to try and leave a huge mess for Congress to sort out, because he's pissed at the GOP as well. He wants to rule them, but he's pissed at people who have. He knows that some people have privately congratulated Biden. He wants to leave a mess. He is very much my way or the highway. getting caught up in minutiae. He's not focusing on what's around him at the moment. Something's surrounding him, some energy is surrounding him, and it's not necessarily good. And he's so focused on getting his way or being a vindictive little brat that there's some energy around him. You see the gaseous clouds sneaking up on this person. He's so caught up in the minutiae. Well, she is. Hi, Edith Rosales. Oh, thank your grandson very much for that lovely compliment. I call this this is my Frida Kahlo tribute. As a lot of you know, I adore colour. And the colours that woman used and the struggles she went through, it's like amazing. I think she's one of the most amazing people. Yeah, so this is my little Frida Kahlo tribute. So yeah, he's I'm going to explore what's happening, what's going to happen for the rest between now and Christmas for Donald. I think I'll do I'm not going to use this deck because I use this deck almost all the time with Donald. So, and I love this deck. So that doesn't take any of the love of this deck out away from me or anything like that. That's fine. I'll use a different deck. For which deck? Just going to use the good old Rider Waite. No reversals. I don't think there is. So I'll just do a quick check. Hi, Tara Rayner. You pop up as Tara V sometimes too? Dawn Amato. Just checking, double checking this deck. Make sure I haven't got anything flipped on the wrong side or flipped up and down. I like to do a mix of decks with reversals and decks without, because I think if you decks without give you a chance to explore context as well. Even more so. Oh my goodness. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? Good chaotic morning. Come on, bring it on. Nothing too bad, but oh my goodness. I just was not looking at what I was doing. Hit the deck and over it went. Boom. Okay. I'm going to take just a minute to settle myself down. Hi, Michelle, my belle. I'm going to just take a minute to settle myself down, guys, with the highest truth and compassion. Settle myself. Welcome in some calm and peace. Okay, let's do this. What does the next couple of weeks between now and Christmas hold for Donald Trump? Oh, it wouldn't have surprised me if they'd have flipped up and just fallen all over. Thank you, Tara Rayner. Okay. I'm going to do a cross. Donald Trump between now and Christmas. Sometimes you do have to say, okay, enough chaos. I love chaos. I can thrive on chaos, but sometimes it's let's get in, let's settle. Hi, Estelle Harrington. Okay, what's a couple more shuffles? What's December got between now and Christmas for Donald Trump? Let's have a look at the bottom card. Ooh, that's interesting. Banman walking away, whether that's him deciding to do it or other people turning on their back on him, that's something we might be able to get an idea of. The Chariot, momentum, movement away. I think it's him. The Eight of Cups. I don't know how many of you watch Linda G and Sterling on a Sunday for you guys, Monday morning for me. And his last thing said that he might, after Christmas, decide to go on a diplomatic mission overseas and disappear from there. So it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, his challenge is Biden. Doesn't want to acknowledge Biden is the president. So he's still planning to move forward as the president. He's still planning it. He still thinks he can win this. So this is his mindset. It's not walking away. But his challenge, of course, is Biden and the fact that Biden has been certified in all 50, all 50 states have been certified, and Biden has been certified as the winner. Not in all 50 states, of course. They certified the election results have been certified in all 50 states and the one territory, and Biden's been certified as the winner, and he can't escape that. At the base of this, yeah, he's trying to avoid judgment, of course. Now, this is for the next 2 weeks. So at the base of this reading is he's trying to avoid judgment. He's trying to avoid facing up to all of the crimes all of the cases that are waiting for him in different states as well. He is the 46th president. And, yeah. But Trump knows that without being in the presidency, he's going to get called to judgment. And he wants to avoid that. Yep, his past actions leading up to where he is now, he knows he's going to end up in court. He's going to end up in court. Interesting, except for the King of Cups, all the cards so far have been major arcana. So these are big hits for him. Big. And not necessarily in his favour. Okay, so he is upset. Victory has been declared, and therefore momentum is going to go on. He thinks he can still win, but the fact is victory has still been declared. Biden. Oh, above this, things coming to light. There's stuff going to come out between now and Christmas about Trump, some of the things he's been doing. These are all major arcana, so these are big. These are big issues. So something else is going to come out to light. This isn't all sunshine, happiness, sunshine, lollipops and rainbows for Trump. This is things coming to light. Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion in his immediate future. So this is a minor arcana, so there's stuff going to be coming out soon, new information, and it's going to cause quite a bit of upset with quite a few people. Hi, Deborah Costro. Debbie Fitzsimmons, are you here? Thank you, Debbie. Just Debbie, is it? Yep, okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, Deborah. I accidentally put you on show. Oh, sorry. So there's going to be definitely some emotional new sort of relationship between him and the people around him. This could even be the thought just crossed through my mind. He's going to lose his two biggest aces, which are Lindsey Graham and, of course, Mitch McConnell. He's going to lose them. He's going to lose them. And pretty soon. Interesting. I never saw Lindsey Graham being there for very long. I saw him having to leave the Senate relatively soon. I saw Mitch McConnell having to leave, but not so much as soon. But new relationships with, wow. Also got, because they have to leave, Democrats could get what they need to hold the Senate. Because if they retire, the governor can then appoint someone to take their place. What's in Trump's environment at the moment? Money, money, money. But also repeating the same mistakes. I was drawn to the hedge, to the gap in the hedge, repeating the same mistakes. All out to get money, but he's repeating mistakes, and these are mistakes that are going to catch up to him, just like the ones that he made in the States, in the different states like New York and all that. These ones are going to catch up to him too, but a lot sooner. Stuff coming out about money, some of the money he's been getting. Hi, GM Dave. If you're not on the chat, that's fine. You don't have to be. Welcome and hello to everyone watching. Okay, I do try to read people's names as they pop up. If I'm like with Sheila or something, so many new people come on and say hello, and I find it hard to keep up. But thank you for joining me if you are watching. Bit of a chaotic start this morning. So if you go back to the start and watch it, you'll see just how much of a, you'll see me going, oh my God. Anyway, we're looking at between now and December for Trump. What do people see? They see someone whose primary allegiance is with Russia. Now, this is all the people who voted against him. Of course, not his base. But stuff is going to come out that even going to be able to affect his relationship with a lot of. He currently holds about, what is it? It's about 70, 80% of Republican voters. He currently holds them. And he's as his base. His true base was smaller than that, but Republican voters who are still with him, there's going to be a change in relationship with them too. But I do think this involves Graham and Mitch McConnell. Oh, why was Jared in Saudi Arabia? Okay, I'll add that to the list. Saudi Arabia. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of people just see someone who's in debt to Russia and whose primary allegiance is to Russia. Hopes and fears. He's hoping he can make his home down in Mar-a-Lago. Of course, he can't live there permanently, but near there, in that area. But he's fearing he's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to go up there and do his modest celebrations. Modest, my petunia. He's hoping he'll be able to go down and settle in Florida, near his precious Mar-a-Lago, which he's going to lose, by the way, and remain there. But he fears he might not be able to. He'd like being the big fish in the pond of that area of Florida. What are his outcomes? He's got a lot of learning to do. Apprenticeship learning. He's not the master he thinks he is, and it's going to be borne down on him. He thinks he's going to be able to he does. He honestly thinks that he can't get back and he's just going to be able to sit down there in Florida near Mar-a-Lago, rule the world from Mar-a-Lago, and set up for his next run as president. That's what he thinks is going to happen. But I think it's more going to be like this. Everything's going to be turned upside down. He's going to lose his autonomy. Yeah, he's in for trying to negotiate his way through some very rough waters and find his way into calmer waters. This is what he's going to have to do. Movement away and into calmer waters. All these are minor arcana. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. He's going to be thrown back money-wise. He's going to lose everything. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. And he's, as far as being the king in the counting house, he's going to be the pages thrown out onto the street with barely a penny to his name. If he's lucky, a penny to his name. He's going to be thrown back in importance, back in monetary terms. He's going to lose everything. This is just for... I don't think he will lose everything before Christmas, but I do think that these things are going to be set in motion before Christmas. So what's going to happen is these are all minor arcana. Small things is going to be made to be smaller. The highest one is 9, the sitting pretty, and even then I feel that that's going to be flipped and it's not going to be sitting pretty. Hi, Catherine Cousy. Hi, 2535 Apple. When will Putin ghost Trump when he's out of office? I can ask that, I guess. If I have time, I'll write that down. The words just went through my head. He will, once he's gotten as much information out of him as he can about what he knows and stuff. I don't think they've given him. I think what they've done with the big secrets and stuff is that they've given him the surface that basically anyone can find. You know, that the chatter. They've given him the chatter that, you know, chatter that, oh, there's chatter on the waves about America having this or America having that. They've given him the chatter because he's not interested in anything else, but they haven't given him the deep dive information that would be needed to make sense of the chatter. I think that's what they've been doing with Trump. Dave, behave. How many times do I have to say, Dave, behave? Behave, Dave. Behave, Dave. Good morning, Dave. So, yeah, I think he's going to end up relatively being a very, very small person. And this autonomy, because this represents autonomy, self-autonomy, self-rule, sitting pretty, very comfortable. This is going to be upside down. No reversals in this deck. No. But he's going to be, yeah, sent back to apprenticeship status, very start. Like, you know, like a knave or a page is a servant to others and at the lowest rung of the court. I think he'll be lucky if he even manages to stay in the court, you know, or in some court. The lowest rung being thrown back, or the jack, the lowest rung in society. So he's going to be, things are going to start. By Christmas, things will have been set in motion that is going to end up with him being thrown back in time to pretty much to where he never ever been. Because even with all the bankruptcies, he's been able to use family money and stuff. That all that's going to go. All this is going to be set in motion in the next couple of weeks. How long it's going to take to play out, I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but given that they're minor arcana, probably sooner rather than later, those outcome cards. I don't know if that home's going to be repossessed. I mean, yeah, it's... can read what's going to happen. Yeah, he probably will move into that house. But yeah. Hi, crazy cat lady Farley. How are you? Yeah. Hi, Susan Alley. Now, what have I got left on the list that I want to really look at? That's important. I'll look at the Texas AG, Ken Paxton. Now, is he angling for a pardon because he's come out and said, oh, we're going to put this, we're going to leverage, you know, we're going to take these 4 states, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and I can't remember the 4th one. I'm really sorry. Apologies to that. Arizona, I think it was, might be, to court to get their results overturned. Hi, Michael Dow. But he himself is under FBI investigation for securities fraud. So is he angling for a pardon? Is the Texas AG Paxton angling for a pardon? Will he get one? Sorry, guys. Rest and retire. I think this does not look too good for him. This is the start. This is the starting card for that question. What's on the bottom of the deck? Oh, court. But it's not the case he's taken. He's instituted. That is. This is cases against him. Oh, is he going to get a pardon? He's got some not so good news coming his way. Investigations. The investigators, they're going to gain momentum. You can see how the knight here is holding the horse back. The horse wants to bolt. The investigations into him are gaining momentum. They're gaining new energy. Yeah, he's definitely, this is on top of the Seven of Swords. He is going to be trying to get himself through to calmer waters. He's going to have a job getting there too. I said, is he going to get a pardon? Will he get the pardon he wants? And not looking too good. Trump doesn't give a shit about it. Trump is fast realizing he's going to have way more things to deal with for himself. Maybe 2 no's, another maybe, 2 yeses. Things are not looking good for him. Oh yeah, so here's the security sword. Just renewed energy into this turn of, he can't avoid this. There's even going to be some more news coming out. He's not going to get a pardon. He's not. Trump doesn't give a rat's behind about him. It's just his desperate play for a pardon. He's going down. Will AG Paxton go to jail? Oh, that's lovely. Cardinals are beautiful birds, aren't they? Male cut. Yeah, it's always the male birds that are gorgeous, but they are beautiful. Cardinals, they're such sweet little birds. For those who are interested in that, yeah. Again, welcome to everyone who's watching, who has joined to watch. If you're not on the comment, that you don't have to join the chat, of course, but thank you for joining and watching, and hello to you all. Estelle Harrington was just saying she's had some male cardinal birds and some does and a fawn in her, a doe and a fawn in her backyard, is it? Beautiful. Okay, will Paxton go to jail? Different deck of cards. There's some hope of them avoiding it. 3 of Wands, chips coming in. That's a yes, that's a yes. That's a yes. 5 of Wands. He's going to fight it. He's going to fight it. We're going yes, no card. Yes. 9 of Cups. Yes. 6 of Pentacles. There it is again. The securities fraud. He's going to go to jail because of this. Yeah. King of Swords. Prosecution. This is prosecution. Not the judge. This is the prosecutor. Because this is federal, nothing he can do about it. King of Pentacles. Yep. Yeah, I think Paxton might end up going to jail. He's going to have to resign, I think. That's not a good look, is it? To have the Texas AG going to jail for securities fraud. Yeah. If you do want a reading, you can email me. I do Zoom, Skype. I do email reading. I have to update the times that I'm available for in-person readings on Zoom or Skype, okay, or in person. So, yeah. Thank you, Judy Malley. Thank you. As I said previously, this is my Frida Kahlo tribute hairband because she used to wear those bands with flowers. Long time watchers of mine will know that I love colour. I love colour. It's very important to me. Did I not turn the light off on that lantern? Oh, it's got battery operated lantern back there that you can turn the light on and it shines. But I think I turned it on and left it on, so I'm going to have to put new batteries in it. Yeah, so things aren't looking too good for Paxton. Now, Lloyd Austin, General Lloyd Austin, who is Biden's nominee for Secretary of Defense, he's only been retired for 3 years. Now, because of that, because he's been retired for less than 7 years, they're going to have to apply to Congress for a waiver for him to be able to take up the position. I think it's something to do with still being attached to the reserves for a certain length of time after you retire. Am I an artist? No. Well, I like to dabble. My cousin is an artist and she does most beautiful paintings. She's in Melbourne and she has a website. So, and she does beautiful paintings, but I'll ask her permission before I put a link. If she's okay with it, I'll ask her permission, and if she's okay with it, I'll put a link in the community page because, you know, she does beautiful work, absolutely beautiful. I can do quite pretty little pictures and quite pretty little paintings and stuff, but I'm nothing. She's amazing. So. Hi, my Duchess. How are you? Eddie Munster or Eddie Munster, is that Ted Cruz? Because he's with the hair. Okay. Will Congress grant General Austin the waiver so he can take up the position of Secretary of Defense. Maybe. That's a yes. Page of Swords is a yes. They're really at the moment to clear up the mess that Trump has been making. I need someone with that recent inside knowledge, because if he only retired 3 years ago, that means he would have been there still active for the first year of Trump's presidency. So he has some very valuable inside knowledge. And that's no. There's going to be a bit of a fight on about it. Yes. 9 of Cups. Yes, Ace of Swords. Yes. The knowledge that he can share, the recent knowledge, would be invaluable. He's a warrior. He's a warrior, and he will defend the Constitution, and he will defend his troops. Yes. Still going to be a bit of a fight. So far, it's all yes. Except for, mostly yes, except for second card, which indicates a no, a tower. So there's 2 no's, but mostly yes. Now, the second no is a tower. So there's going to be a bit of a fight. I got the idea that they might do it if the Deputy Secretary of Defense is a civilian, if they guarantee that. But there is definitely going to be a bit of a fight around them, but it's going to be a bit of a tower. Something's going to turn things upside down. It's going to be a tower event, possibly. Tell me more about this tower event, guides. Thank you. Now, Trump is it to do with Trump withdrawing troops? Theft. Stolen lives. Stolen. Isolation. This could be Fort Hood. Judgment. Okay. The conventional wisdom is that the American people don't want a soldier in charge of the troops, or a military man in charge of the troops, because they think that civilian oversight is necessary. But not every civilian is suitable to the role. It's a dark cloud over the military thing with this Fort Hood business. And discipline, stolen lives, things are going to come out, going to come to light. There's a need for internal reflection and discipline. I think the judgment might be in the end that Apparently this man is very, very soft-spoken, but very, very respected. And he commands respect, and he commands the stage, even though he's so soft-spoken. I do think it's going to be a bit of a fight. I think that there's going to be a call. I do think you'll get the waiver that this Fort Hood business is not, there's not going to be a tower. This is it. This has to be addressed, and I'm quite sure that. But there's been a lot of soldiers disappearing from Fort Hood, haven't there? I know that 14, the Fort Hood business, is going to play a big role in this. Thank you, Laura Carlson. Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. Yeah, because 14 high-ranking and enlisted personnel have been stood down. I wasn't going to address Fort Hood, but it's just popped up. 14 top army leaders and enlisted personnel fired Fort Hood over this business with this lovely young lady who was just wanted to serve the country that had taken her in, and she's taken and she was murdered, and it's not right. And other people have been disappearing from Fort Hood. I remember a couple of cases of some African American soldiers disappearing and things. Hi, Mary Fanuff. There's so much more going on with Fort Hood, and this is just the start of tumbling down. I think he might get the waiver if Biden puts forward a civilian. Thank you, Judy Malley. Thank you very much. As deputy. But the thing is, you can send civilians in to investigate these things, but people can shut down. So sometimes you need that leadership. So I think he's definitely needed in the role. And I think he might get the waiver, but it's going to be a bit of a tussle, a bit of a fight. Okay. Fort Hood is going to play a interesting role. Whitby gets lots of treats. Laura, he gets lots of treats. My hubby's cousin was up for a visit yesterday, and Whitney was wrapped. He loves this man, and he was like, "Oh, give me back." So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't going to look at the Fort Hood business, and I still won't go into it. To me, it's a very serious thing, and this same as I'm not looking into the SAS business over here in Australia at the moment. There's so much that I cannot believe that our whole SAS, they're based here in Perth, and they're all threatening to resign over what's happened with this review to let you know there have been 39 different incidences of extremely bad behaviour reported. I think up to 19 SAS people are being charged. And yeah, but I'm not behind or involved with all the facts. But honestly, I mean, come on, these are elite troops. Yes, there are times when they have to do some pretty horrible things that we might go, it might be hard for us to stomach. But sometimes that's what happens. But there are times when they do things that, what do you mean this happened here under these circumstances? That's not acceptable. You know, where it's clear that it's not acceptable. So things that happen in the fog, in the moment, pretty horrible. But sometimes it's the result of where they are and what they're doing. But there are some things that there's no way you can excuse these actions. And there's nothing you can say or do that justify these actions. And that's the case here with some of these incidences. And yeah, the reports not being very complimentary. But yeah, these elite troops, if you are elite troops, yes, there are some times where a civilian, I could never understand how things get to the way they are. I could never understand the circumstances or anything like that, but I can accept that in certain instances, horrible, horrible things happen, and, you know, but I won't accept it if there was absolutely no reason for these things to happen. You know what I mean? I might never be able to understand some of the things that happen, but I can accept. But when there's absolutely no reason for the things that happen to happen, no, don't accept it. People might say, oh, you're not a soldier, you don't understand. I'm a human being. And while I can accept that in some places, I will never be able to understand. I can accept that there's nothing that could be done. The circumstances were what they were. But there are other things where, no, I don't need to be a soldier to understand what went down there was wrong, and that should never have happened. So, yeah, I have military members in my family, and I'm very proud of them. Anyway, don't get me off one. What's next? What is next? We've covered. Where am I? Chris Krebs was on Axios the other night and gave an interview, and he said Trump is a domestic threat. How big of a domestic threat is Trump? Hi, Sharon M. Ooh, Pete Buttigieg. If I have time, I will today, but if I run out of time, I'll put it on the list for Sunday. How's that? Pete Buttigieg. Mayor Pete. Ambassador for China. That would be interesting. Be a good choice. Being an ex-naval person, very good strategic mind, he would probably have a very good understanding of what's going on down in the South China Seas and all that. I think he'd be a good choice for it. So if I don't get to it today, because I've still got quite a list to get through, I will do it on Sunday. I never thought George Bush Jr. was mentally deficient. I just think he's a black or white thinker, you know, not a lateral thinker, but you know, or a simple thinker. Things are, he likes things put simply because, you know, but that doesn't mean he was mentally deficient. I never thought he was that. So I'm sorry, guys, what was I reading on this? Oh, Trump. How big of a domestic threat is Trump? Yeah, he probably could have made some better choices. He's not one for, I don't think he's one for fancy words, but that doesn't mean he's mentally deficient, and that doesn't mean that he doesn't know what fancy words mean. I just think he prefers things put in plain, simple language so that you get to the point quick, whereas Trump doesn't want to know anything. And yeah, I certainly think that George W. Bush was more than capable to get to the core of things, to develop understandings of issues, and to see strategic value and stuff. And thank you, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. That's lovely. Thank you very much. And you know, he just expressed himself with simpler language and was, you know, never one for fancy language. And that's fine. How big of a domestic threat is Trump? His efforts to cling on to power are a danger. He will do anything to further his family fortunes, but they're coming to an end. And because they're coming to an end, and his whole family business, everything is coming to an end, he's getting desperate. He wants to rebuild those fortunes. And he's just being emboldened by the Republican Party not doing the right thing. And his family members are being emboldened by the Republican Party not doing the right thing. He should be isolated. That's the first words that came into my mind, was he should be isolated. We are going to see, he is going to be the impetus for some action. What you sow. It's a burden. He's got 3 10s so far. These are all ends of the cycle as well. But he is a burden. And you know what? He is also something that had to happen to the Republican Party as well. He had to happen to the Republican Party. He is a burden to America, to the safety of American society. He is a burden to stability in America. if he's not clamped down on, he can do more damage on the domestic front because of the support he has to the stability of domestic safety in the US than a lot of other people have been able to, because this is going to bring new energy to a lot of groups, not just hate groups, but militias and things like that who think that the government are wrong and they got it wrong. He is a big threat to the domestic safety of America. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could say it's just a flash in the pan. He's significant. He's got 2 major arcana. He really should be isolated, and his ability to get to communicate isolated a bit, and because people will still see him as the rightful president, so they'll follow him and they'll follow what he says. Yeah, he is a threat. He is a threat domestically, not just internationally, but domestically. And I have a feeling that he's probably a bigger threat domestically than he is internationally. I wish that I could say, no, that's a nothing burger, but from what I see here, yeah, he is definitely a significant domestic threat. Whether that comes off, we can only hope that he's hobbled enough that that's not going to happen, but it's definitely there. He is going to be a very destabilizing influence over the domestic security. Okay, what else? I've got a question. The Trump administration has made the citizenship harder. They've made it longer. They've made the questions harder. They've made the they've doubled the length of it. They've made the passing grade higher, and they've made the questions harder. Will this citizenship test be revoked? Apparently there is the old one, 10 questions, you had to pass 6. You had to get 6. This is new ones, 20 questions, you have to get 12 right, and they're a lot harder questions. Phrased differently, phrased in a way that it's a lot harder to comprehend for a lot of people what they mean. Chacha Brown, hi, Chacha Brown, hello Chacha, welcome. Hi Cardamancy, I haven't seen Chacha before, welcome. It's lovely to see new names there, and everyone else who's watching, of course, welcome, and thank you so much. I'm very humbled that people like to join in and see what I do. So yeah, there's going to be a bit of a pause on it. Introduction. Yes. No, too much of a burden. Confusion, it creates confusion. That's a maybe card. That's a no. Hidden problems. Yes. New partnerships, new relationships. Getting a mixed bag here. That's a yes, it's going to get revoked because it's overly detailed, overly worked. Yes, it's going to get revoked. There was something in the way that they changed it, that they didn't do it correctly. They introduced the changes. No, because it's going to leave too many, you know. It's designed. It's been designed to disenfranchise people and to disadvantage people, especially people who English is a second language. Yes. Yeah, I think it will be revoked. It might be a little bit of time, but a bit of anxiety around it. But yeah, it will be revoked. Reviewed and revoked. It doesn't mean there won't be changes to the citizenship test. I think citizenship tests should be updated from time to time to reflect newer values as well as older ones. And some old values are just out of date and do not apply in today's world. But, you know, this has been done in such a way to disadvantage people with English as a second language, people from less educated people, but who still have lots of skills to offer. Yeah. Hi, J Cat Lady. Okay, let's have a look here. What's going on here? My notebook. I threw a hint out. My husband likes hints, and I threw a hint out. You know, pretty notebooks. I use notebooks all the time. They could, in the same book, it could have stuff about tarot. It could have stuff in it about an article on GIS that I've read. It could have, for instance, could have notes about business, or it could have things like when I play Countdown on the television. All my notebooks get used for multiple things all the time, but I'm very much a notebook person. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Democrat Jack Reed, Senator Jack Reed, he's a Democrat. Apparently, he's already stated that I don't think he's a huge fan of Biden at all. That he's not going to just lay down and play the I'll go with the party line, which, you know, you shouldn't anyway. Rhode Island politician. Yeah, I want the Rhode Island politician, not the former Brisbane Broncos player. He assumed office in 1997. When's he up for re-election? He was a major in the 82nd Airborne Division, 504th Infantry of the Army. Good on him, good on him. When is he up for re-election? 2015. Six years. It just seems to be interesting. Yeah, it's on Rhode Island. Is it? What's there for Jack Reed? Sandra H. Hi, Sandra Henderson. How are you? And again, welcome to everyone who's watching. Oh, Crazy Cat Lady Thali, thank you. I said that before, didn't I? I'm a little bit behind here. Yeah. Okay, Jack Reed. What's going on with Jack Reed? Queen of Cups. Emotionally very stable, very calm. He keeps the lid on his emotions. See the lids on this cup? He's got a bit of a challenge, but movement towards calmer waters. Got a bit of a challenge of a move. That's the base of this. Emperor, the rule of law. Now, he's an ex-military man, so what he had to say about only believing that once in a lifetime should a waiver be granted, well, that makes sense. He gave it to Mattis for Trump. So he's very strict in his beliefs, and he can be pretty unbendable, you know. His past actions lead up to victory. Messenger and emissary. He has this really deep belief that America is there to lead the world to victory over wrong, I think. He's a bit embattled at the moment. This is above. So he's feeling a bit embattled. I think maybe him coming out and saying those things that might be getting a bit of backlash. 17 Democratic senators voted against Mattis waiver, but he voted for it. I think you might be getting a bit of a backlash over that. In his immediate future, a change, family with legacy. There's a change coming up for him. This is the 10 of Pentacles with family money, family legacy, resources. So there's a change coming up for him somewhere. I do think it's with his family. What's in the environment around him at the moment? Page of Wands. Something is going to come out about his actions somewhere. I think this could be around the waiver. This is very much in his environment at the moment. I think he's the sort of person that once he states that he's going to do something, he does it. He does not pull back, even like kind of knows if he says he's going to do something, he will do it, even if it's not the best thing. Even if it's borne upon him that he's not the best thing. He said he would do it, so he will do it. Not necessarily. People see someone who celebrates every victory for his home, for his country, even little. What are his hopes and fears? Okay, he can be a little bit the cautionary tale card. This is an abuse of power in this instance. In this instance, I call it a cautionary tale card. Remember what I said, that once he gives his word, he will not go back on it. Once he says will do something, he does not go back on it, even if it costs him. He's hoping that him saying he won't vote for the waiver is not going to come back and bite him on the ass, but he fears it might. But he said he's going to do something and he'll follow it through, even if it means, losing some respect or losing some, some allies. Because, he's hoping he doesn't have to. I think he's hoping that enough votes will come through before it gets to him that he doesn't have to go back, because he can't. But if it's really vital, if he's just a vital vote and he won't go back on it, it's going to cost him. So he's hoping it's not going to cost him, but he fears it might. Okay, his outcome, resources. Resources, this is interesting. This is something to do with the family money. So there's something happening back home in Rhode Island, I think. I don't know if his family has a business or something, but, oh, out in the cold. Not too good. Having to stand his ground and defend himself. Oh, I think there might be critical decision. Critical decisions. 7 of Wands, stand and defend. Critical decision. Out in the cold. Resources, money. Oh, I think he might have a bit of a scandal coming up. So that's really interesting. Bearing in mind that I have a young admirer in someone's grandson, I am trying to keep my language moderate. Yeah. So that's interesting. I wanted to do a read on him because he seems like a bit of a contrary person at times, but I think he's, a bit, sometimes his own worst enemy at times. So let's have a look. What's this thing with Hunter Biden, the FBI investigation? I'm going in cold on this because I have no idea what it's about. Okay. Is this a big nothing burger? Let's have a look. What's going through my mind is the phrase is they're going to try and trap Biden into ordering that the investigation be dropped. Set up, basically. Yeah. It's being done to bar someone. Is this Hunter Biden a setup nothing burger. Let's have a look. Right. Yeah, it's just going through my mind. It's like a bit of a trap set up to try and trap Biden. Yeah, it's an abusive thing to try and trap Biden into abusing his power. Prince of Cups, Knight of Cups, yeah, something that Trump's cronies have dreamed up. Eight of Wands. It's gonna move on from it very quickly. Eight of Swords, yeah, it is. It is an attempt to trap Biden. King of Pentacles. This is Trump as well, the Force Knight. Trump's cronies, the Force Knight, to try and get him back into power. Like, try and get Biden impeached before he even takes office, basically. Four of Swords, no, it's not, it's going to be over quickly. It's going to go back into the background. Yeah, it is. It's an attempt to bring down Biden before he even takes office. Prince of Pentacles, they're not as smart as they think they are. No, that's a knight. Yeah, that's a knight. Sorry, not a page. But they're still not as smart as they think they are. Legal, bogged down lawyers, just trying to make legal trouble for Joe that will follow him throughout his presidency, using his son to do that. The Emperor, but no, rule of law is going to prevail over this. The rule of law, not the rule of the presidency. The rule of law is going to prevail over this. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to get turfed out. If they try and bring anything off, it's going to get turfed out. Yeah. So they can do all the investigating they like. If they try and bring anything from it, it's going to get turfed out by the courts, by the judges, by juries, whatever. It's not going to go anywhere. So I wouldn't stress too much. It's just them trying to trap Joe Biden into ordering the FBI to drop the investigation. And he's not going to do it. He knows. He knows it's a nothing burger. So don't be stressing too much about that. Now, Michael Flynn's son. Will he be investigated? Because apparently he was up to his neck in the turkey business as well. Yes, I think they're actually going to try and bring Hunter's computer into it. That went through my mind as well. So stuff was planted on Hunter's computer after it was left in that shop too, by the way. Just went through my mind. So I don't know much about Flynn's son, except that apparently he was up to his neck in all this business with as well. So I have to say thank you so much for the support I've been getting. It humbles me so much. The support and the encouragement I get from you guys is amazing. And yeah. So, yeah. Edith, have you lost somebody recently? Thoughts and prayers out to you and your whole family. Okay, Flynn's son, is he going to be investigated? Is Michael Flynn's son going to keep going? Highest truth and compassion. What's going on with Michael Flynn's son? Those who are interested, this deck is the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Roos, and the companion book is written by Kim Huggins. Beautiful deck, beautiful. Oh, Judgment. This was on the bottom. Judgment. He is definitely in for, you know, possibly not the best time. What's happening with Michael Flynn's son? There is definitely a change coming for Michael Flynn's son, a change of fortune. Whether it's good or bad is going to wait to see. Six of Pentacles, sharing of money, information, resources. Definitely some sharing. Could be laundering, or it could be sharing of secrets, sharing of information. Three of Cups. I'm asking if he's going to be investigated, and so far it's a big yes. There is a lot of support for this investigation. There's a lot of supporting evidence for this investigation. There's a lot of supporting evidence for this investigation. And believe me, people are going to be upset about it, what he's done. King of Cups. Okay, Biden is going to be made aware that it's happening because it's going to have some security implications. So he will be aware of it. That doesn't mean he'll be kept abreast of it because of the security implication. It's the implication because it's that big. Temperance. Sorry, sorry, I've got a text. Try it tomorrow, yep, okay. Okay. So just got a reminder of an appointment tomorrow. So Temperance. Now these cards aren't reversed, but there's definitely even though the cards aren't reversed, there's something telling me that I should have attached the reverse meaning. Disharmony, encouraging disharmony, and inequity. So definitely there's some security. Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, Spy. Ooh, I think this fight, Biden might be made aware of what's going on because it might come out that he could be entertainment purposes only, YouTube news. Okay? That he could be a spy. He could have been spying Turkey and possibly Russia. He thought his dad was bad, his son's worse. The White House. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Go between High priestess, someone's agenda, secrets. Oh my goodness, I think this lad, if all this is as should be, going to gain a lot of momentum, is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Investigations charging in. He is in a lot of trouble. This is not going to go nowhere. This is Six of Wands, an emissary, spy, go between emissary, White House and others. Ooh. This lad is in huge, big trouble. Prosecution. Michael Flynn's son is in a lot of trouble. If what's coming out here is, you know, a lot of trouble, big time. If he may never see the outside of a federal prison. He may never ever in his life see the outside of a federal prison. He might have to testify against his son too. I don't think it's Flynn going to try and get Trump to pardon his son. That won't fly. I don't think he'll do that. But we'll ask. Is Flynn going to try and get Trump to pardon his son? God's kind, truth and compassion. Thank you for helping me find some insight into this question. Yes. No. Yes. No. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's going to try to get Trump to pardon his son, but you know what? I don't think it's going to happen. I think Trump's going to get told, no, don't do that. Do not do that. Yeah. He's going to, Flynn's going to try and get Trump to pardon his son. I don't think Trump's going to do it, and that will bite him on the ass, because if he doesn't, Flynn will sing like a bird. Sorry, no, not gonna suffer such Schadenfreude, whatever they call it. Yeah. Hi, Book Bewitched. No, just pushed back that thing with my hair. Mad Madam Mim do. Just, you know, I love scarves and hairbands and all that, because it's a way to make total chaos into some form of order. Okay. Well, Flynn, guides of the highest truth and compassion. Thank you for having me. Flynn testify against Donald Trump. Four of Swords. Maybe Page of Pentacles, maybe King. Yes, yes, maybe yes, yes. Three of Cups. Oh yeah, he is. You know why he's going to do it? Because he wouldn't pardon his son. Yeah. He's going to, some things are going to come out. To go through that deck. I guess. Hi, Tiger Wish Jones. Okay. Why was Jared in Saudi Arabia? Jared in Saudi Arabia. Just swap to the Zero Marchetti Cara Grand Deluxe. Why was Jared in Saudi Arabia? Very hidden deep. It's not something they want out in the open. Tiger, have you lost somebody? Yeah. There you go. But you know, Bush was a dyslexic apparently, and you know what? Then, yeah, it explains a lot. That doesn't mean he would come or anything, but it should be very encouraging to people that you can still have issues such as dyslexia and stuff, and still gain. You know, still shoot for the stars and the moon. And yeah. Yeah. Cuomo is not going to pardon Ivanka. That's not. Why has Jared gone to Saudi Arabia? Lots and lots of players there. It's like a huge big cloud. My right eye's watering. Right. Knight of Wands. charming, negotiating. Knight of Wands is a negotiator. Okay, all right, so Lovers, but reversed breach of relationships, breakup, might be. High Priestess, secret's going to come out. Really, really unwise. He's really doing some stupid things. He's done some stupid things, and he's Queen of Swords. He's going to be called forth to answer for his actions. You know me, the Queen of Swords is a judge. Movement into calmer waters. They may have bought that island. He's negotiating a backup plan in case they have to move away from America. They'll have a new home to go to. He's gone to Temperance. He doesn't feel that he's going to get a fair hearing here. Yeah. But getting a fair hearing, temperance, fairness, balanced, is, you know, everyone's right. Yeah. Yeah, new start, new journey. Setting up a home there. That island is a bit of a smokescreen. Knight of Swords, chaos. He's made deals. He's got information that they can use to create chaos. He's setting up a home there. Six of Wands, but it's reversed. Defeat. Okay. He knows that if he ends up in court in the US on charges, he's going to lose. He is negotiating safe harbor for himself and his family because he's done really stupid things. Yeah, in case everything comes out and he chaos and violence and everything, what he's been involved in. He was involved in Khashoggi murder. Yeah, he's over there to set up a new home. It's his backup plan. Is the Supreme Court going to hear the case from the Texas AG? I don't think so. Is that the question that you're asking? Helena Harrison, is that what you're asking? Will the Supreme Court hear the case from the Texas AG? I don't think they will. They turfed out the Pennsylvania one. They'll turf out the Texas one, especially as it wants to do something that they actually cannot do. They cannot bring a case like this against other states for their election results. They can't do it. So yeah, that'll get tossed out. Is that island purchase a smokescreen? Let's have a look. That $30 million purchase of the island, is that a smokescreen? Getting yeses there. Yeah. Yeah, they'd be too anxious. They would not be able to sleep if they stayed in America. Yeah, it's a smokescreen. They're hoping for a new start elsewhere. Isolate themselves, I swear. We've got you, so yeah, that's going to come out. That's a smokescreen. Yeah, that purchase is a smokescreen. Thank you for putting the facts out there about that island purchase. That's a smokescreen. Now, one last question. Somebody asked, will Putin ghost Trump when he is out of office? I'll do that, and then I'll do see what messages Spirit has for us. He's going to feel he's a burden, but that doesn't necessarily mean he'll ghost him. Yes. He's not going to have any use for the Republican Party after that either. Not just going to ghost Trump. Yeah, huge change in their relationship. End of their relationship. Loss and regret. 3 no's, 3 yeses. Yeah, maybe. A yes. And he is. It's just not going to have any use for them anymore. Not just going to ghost Trump. He's going to ghost any of his Republican minions as well. So there you go. So I will get a deck out and we will see what messages Spirit has for us today. What message does Spirit have for us today? As always, says be good, be kind. That's popped through my head. Be good, be kind. Let Baron read the enchanted map. People won't ghost him if they think he's got things they could use. But I think Putin knows. Hi, Bonnie Russell. I think Putin knows that whatever Trump has been given is useless. So, you know, and I think balancing act. Spark. Find things that you love. Find things that details. Clarity. Important notes. Okay. It's interesting. It's going to be a time to think carefully about your words and actions and balance things. there's going to be times when you have to juggle things and just find the right equilibrium where you're able to stay away from tipping points. It's going to be careful. The balancing act. For those who are interested, this is Colette Baron Reid's Enchanted Map. Find things that spark your passion, spark your love, especially in this holiday season when you're some people you may have been growing distance from. Find things about them that led you to feel warm towards them in the first place, and try and find, balance those things out. Details, be careful. Important notes. Clarity is really going to be important. Take note of the things that are happening around you. Take note of what you're being told by others with regard to important things. If you are conducting business, or there's family business or business, you know what I mean. It's really important to be on top of the details there. So basically, for us, it's going to be a very holiday period when you've got to juggle a lot of things and find balance between enjoying the time and the time causing you a lot of heartache, which can happen to a lot of people. Find balance. If you're finding it hard, find the things about yourself or your family or your passions, spark them and reignite that spark. And details are really important. Take note of things. What you spend, where you go, there's some really important things. What you're being told. You are calm within no matter the fluctuation of the outer conditions. So stay calm, stay balanced no matter what happens. Okay? Things might seem a bit topsy-turvy and it feels like you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air and you feel unsure of your footing. Evaluate which areas of your life need balance. Choose harmony over discord. Okay? 34, spark. You are a clear channel for divine creativity. There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship, or begin any endeavour. It's also a good time to, as I said, find spark in old things. Don't allow yourself to be so consumed by thoughts or feelings or a situation that you get yourself burned out, okay? So don't burn yourself out over this season either, okay? And sometimes if you don't find that balance previous there, you can do that. So don't let the season burn you out either, okay? It's time, like going back to balance, it's a time when it's important to address areas of your life that are where there's discord. Are you fixated on getting your own way? Are you obsessed with neglecting things, essential matters that require your attention? Are you obsessed with one thing and neglecting others? So don't do that either, because if you don't find that balance, you are putting yourself in danger of burning out as well. Details. 43. The most powerful patterns are created with the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine prints in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. Okay, some people just gloss over things. Don't gloss over anything at this time. When this card appears in a reading, it is a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, and add personal touch to your correspondence. You need to know the lies in the details. Okay? Clarity and transparency are the key. Pay attention to them. Reverse it. Heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to desire, but will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. Now, all three of these things do have that underlying thing of wearing yourself out. So don't be so obsessed with being perfect. Yes, be careful. Look at things. Look for things that are hidden. But don't be so obsessed with perfection. And that can happen around Christmas. Everyone, especially maybe this year, it could be a big danger. People have to get together and it's been such a tough year. They want the perfect Christmas. Don't wear yourself out, my darling. Keep a healthy, happy balance. Don't lose your spark. And don't burn yourself out. And don't get so caught up in the minutiae of everything. It's important, where it is important, that you look at those little details. Look at it. Don't get so caught up in all the little minutiae to make things perfect that you lose sight of the bigger picture. Anyway, my darlings, that's the message. I love you all. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the support that you continue to show me. I do appreciate it. Love you all. Stay safe, stay strong, stay loving. And I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.